Mia lived in a small village nestled amongst rolling green hills. She loved her village. It was home. Mia knew everyone. Everyone knew Mia. Yet Mia dreamt of seeing the world beyond the hills. She longed to explore the unknown. But fear held her back. Fear of the unknown. "What lies beyond?" she whispered to the wind. The wind whispered back, a language Mia did not understand. Mia sighed. Would she ever be brave enough to find out? Mia sought comfort in her grandmother's cozy cottage. Grandmother always had a kind smile and a warm hug for Mia. She listened patiently as Mia poured out her heart. Grandmother's eyes sparkled with understanding. "The world is a beautiful tapestry, Mia," she said gently, "full of colors you've never seen and stories waiting to be heard." "But grandmother, I'm afraid," Mia confessed, her voice barely a whisper. Grandmother stroked Mia's hair. "Fear is a wall, Mia," she said, "but courage is the door. Open the door and you'll find wonders you never imagined." The next morning, the sun peeked through the curtains, painting Mia's room with a golden glow. It was a new day, a day for courage. Mia took a deep breath and packed a small bag. She hugged her grandmother tightly, her heart pounding in her chest. "Thank you, grandmother," she whispered. With one last wave, Mia turned and walked toward the edge of the village. The hills beckoned, no longer scary but exciting. Mia smiled. She was on her way. The path wound its way through fields of golden wheat. The sun warmed Mia's face. Birds sang melodies she had never heard before. Butterflies danced in the breeze. Mia had never felt so free. The air smelled sweet, like wildflowers and sunshine. Mia closed her eyes, breathing deeply. This was the world beyond the hills, a world of beauty and wonder, a world she was finally discovering. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the path, the forest seemed to come alive with a different kind of energy. The golden hues of the sunset painted the leaves in shades of amber and gold, creating an almost magical atmosphere. Mia entered a dark forest. She had always been curious about what lay beyond the familiar paths of her village, but now, as the light faded, she felt a twinge of fear. The trees loomed tall and imposing, their branches intertwining to form a canopy that blocked out the remaining light. Each step she took seemed to echo in the stillness. The air grew still and silent, as if the forest itself was holding its breath. Mia's senses were heightened. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig made her heart race. Mia's heart pounded in her chest. She could feel the weight of the forest pressing in on her, making her question her decision to venture out alone. She wished she had never left the village. The safety and warmth of home seemed so far away now, and she longed to be back in the comfort of familiar surroundings. Suddenly Mia heard a whimper. She stopped, listening intently. The sound was faint but unmistakable, a cry for help that pierced through the silence of the forest. The whimper came again, soft and scared. Mia's fear was momentarily replaced by concern. She couldn't ignore the distress in that tiny voice. Mia followed the sound until she found a small rabbit caught in a thorny bush. Its fur was tangled in the sharp thorns, and it struggled to free itself. "Don't worry, little one," Mia whispered, gently freeing the rabbit from the thorns. She worked carefully, not wanting to hurt the frightened creature any further. The rabbit looked up at Mia with grateful eyes and scampered away. As she watched it disappear into the underbrush, Mia felt a sense of accomplishment and relief. She had faced her fears and helped a friend in need. The forest grew darker, the shadows lengthening and merging into an almost impenetrable blackness. The air grew colder, and the sounds of the forest seemed to fade away, leaving an eerie silence. The path disappeared beneath a tangle of roots and fallen branches, making it impossible to see where it once led. Mia was lost, her heart pounding in her chest as she realized the gravity of her situation. She didn't know which way to go. Every direction looked the same, and the dense foliage blocked out any landmarks that might guide her. Tears welled up in her eyes, blurring her vision. She was all alone, the weight of her solitude pressing down on her like a heavy blanket. Just then, Mia heard a familiar sound, a soft rustling in the underbrush. Her ears perked up, straining to catch the noise, the soft thump, thump, thump of a rabbit hopping towards her. It was the same rabbit she had helped earlier that day, its ears twitching as it approached. The rabbit stopped at Mia's feet, then turned and hopped towards a narrow path hidden behind a cluster of bushes. It paused, looking back at her as if to say, "Follow me." Mia hesitated, her fear warring with her trust in the small creature, but the rabbit had a determined look in its eyes, and she decided to follow it. The path led to the edge of a rushing river. Mia gasped, her breath catching in her throat. The water was fast and deep, and she knew she couldn't swim across. The rabbit hopped onto a fallen log, spanning the river as if urging Mia to cross. It stood there, waiting patiently, its eyes never leaving hers. Trusting the rabbit, Mia carefully made her way across the log, her heart pounding with each step. The log wobbled under her weight, but she kept her eyes on the rabbit, drawing strength from its calm presence. The rabbit had saved her, kindness repaid. Mia felt a surge of gratitude and relief as she stepped onto solid ground. She looked back at the rabbit, which gave a final twitch of its ears before disappearing into the forest. Mia knew she would never forget this act of kindness. Yet Mia continued on her journey, her heart filled with gratitude. She met kind travelers along the way, sharing stories and laughter. She helped an old woman carry her basket, listened patiently to a young shepherd's woes, and offered her last piece of fruit to a hungry child. Each encounter filled Mia with a warmth that spread through her like sunshine. The world was not a scary place, Mia realized. It was a tapestry woven with kindness and compassion, and she was a part of it. Finally, Mia arrived at her destination, a bustling city by the sea. The air smelled of salt and seaweed. Seagulls soared overhead. Ships from faraway lands lined the harbor. Mia had never seen anything so magnificent. People bustled through the streets, their voices a cheerful hum. Mia wandered through the marketplace, marveling at the colorful fabrics, exotic spices, and strange fruits she had never seen before. She felt a pang of longing for her village, but also a surge of excitement. After a while, Mia knew it was time to return home. She bid farewell to the city by the sea, her heart brimming with memories. The journey home seemed shorter this time. The forest no longer seemed scary, the river no longer impassable. Mia skipped through the fields of golden wheat, the sun warm on her face. She had faced her fears and discovered a world of wonders, and she had brought back a heart full of stories to share. Mia burst through the door of her grandmother's cottage, her heart pounding with excitement and anticipation. She had been waiting for this moment for what felt like an eternity. Her eyes sparkling with excitement, she could hardly contain her joy. She threw her arms around her grandmother, feeling the warmth and comfort of her embrace, words tumbling out of her mouth like a waterfall. She began to recount her adventures. She told her grandmother everything, every detail, every emotion, every discovery, about the wonders she had seen, the breathtaking landscapes that had left her in awe. The people she had met, each one leaving a unique imprint on her heart, the rabbit who had helped her find her way when she was lost and scared, and the city by the sea, with its bustling markets and serene sunsets. Grandmother listened patiently, a proud smile on her face. When Mia was finished, her heart felt lighter. Her grandmother took her hands in hers and said, "You see, Mia, the world is a beautiful tapestry. And you, my dear, are a brave and kind thread, adding your own unique color to its fabric." Mia felt a surge of pride and love. She realized that her journey had not just been about seeing new places, but about discovering her own strength and courage. Mia hugged her grandmother tightly. She wasn't afraid anymore. She knew she could face any challenge that came her way. She had found her courage, and it was a part of her now, as natural as breathing. And she knew that no matter where life took her, she would always carry the warmth of her grandmother's love and the memories of her magical journey in her heart. These memories would be her guiding light, reminding her of the bravery and kindness that she carried within her no matter where she went.